So let's start with the Node.js where we left last time. So I created the Express and I have few URLs which will give different results. And I was showing you if something goes as a query parameter means it will go like x equal to 1 and y equal to 2 or anything. After question mark, you can put any number of parameters, key value pairs separated by ampersand sign that you can get using the request.query. Okay, so this is something we did last time. And another thing which we did is if something we want, let's say detail and slash some ID 1, 2, 3 or dynamic ID which will change based on the page you are accessing. So it will be detail and the number. So you can access this 456 by passing dot colon ID and it will come in the params. So params is the object of all the values which you want it here. You can add more things like page number and max record per page, and you can pass it here page number 0, max per page 10, and then you can access here using request.params.page or page number, or you can access the max using request.params.max. So we have seen the simple URL, we have seen the query parameters, we can get request.query, and we have seen the request.params which will go as / whatever you want to send it. Okay, so that is the two ways. Now we'll see a few more ways to access the variables which we get from the user. So these are the variables which will be passed from the React to the Node.js, and Node.js will do appropriate things based on the ID which we get. Okay, so these are the get call we have seen, and the get call you can call simple URL or you can call using this or this method. But there are post calls also. The REST application can have get call, post call, put call, delete call, and patch call. So for example, if you see, if I create here new request, I'll say request 1. So here generally these are the lot of options which we don't use in practical call REST API. So the one which we use is get, post, put, patch, and delete. These top 5 are the one which we use generally. So we have seen the get call. It uses the query and the params. Now we will see the post request and we'll see what things we do with the post one. So let's start with a simple body. So I'll use a multi-part form element, and there is another form URL. We have to see these both. Multi-form is generally we have to see when there is a file upload, and this one is something when there is no file upload. So, but for our use case, let's first go with the JSON, which is mostly used in this post request. So when I say post request and JSON, so here we have to send the information to the backend. So it will be in the JSON format. You can say anything. Maybe let's say if it's a user registration, so you can add name, Jack. You can say last name, Ball. You can say age, 45. You can say gender, male. You can say address, Los Angeles, California. Okay, so this information you want to send to the backend, and you have to take that in the Node.js. That is what we are going to do now. this JSON can be too big. How much big you want, you can put it. So generally JSON has double quote in the key also. So I'll create the proper JSON format. Okay. So we have to send the post request with this payload. We will see how to access that. Okay, that is what the task is now. Second. Okay, so let's see if we can getting that. We are getting that. Like we have created this app.get. Since this is the post request, we will create another one app.post. So whatever method you want, you have to put it here. If it is delete, you put delete. If it is patch, you put patch. If it is get, you put get. Okay, so whatever method we want user to send, we will put that one. And I want the URL. So I will say URL, maybe I can say register. So I'm doing some register page. And here will be the arrow function. And I will see request and response. So let's first see what is coming in the request, whether I'm getting proper all values or not. And then I will send something to the user. I will send some JSON object, success equal to 1. Okay, right now only I'll say success equal to 1. So let's see if post is working fine and I'm able to get some variables from the user, which I'm sending it here, list variables. Let me start the server here. So here I will say, okay, let's run it. What is there in package.json? Only start is there, right? And dev is also there. So let's run the dev. npm run dev. Okay. So it is started, server started at port 8080. Let's go there. And here I'll pass HTTP localhost 8080 with the page name is, what is the page name? Register, and I'll try to send it. So here you are getting success properly, but we have to see whether I'm getting all this information from the user or not. So let's see what I'm getting it. Okay, request starts here. Let me search if I am getting some last name. So right now I don't see any last name is coming. So generally this information which I am sending here as a JSON will not be captured here unless we add a couple of lines in the server code. And params is empty. We are not care about params and query, which is only for the get one. For post one also they can work in some cases, but right now I'm not concerned with that one. So basically we will change this file so that I should be able to access this information which I'm passing it here. Right now it's not coming. So to access this information, we need to add to access JSON data from client. We need to add following couple of lines. So this app is there. I will just say app.use. So these are some middleware created by the different people so that we can access that one. So here I have to say express.json. This is the one line I have to add, and another line which I have to use app.use is express.url encoded, and inside the URL encoded you have to say extended equal to true. So these two lines we have to add to make the things work for this post part. Okay, I will, though it is restarted, I will be restarting it again to show you how I'm getting this information. And before I show you the information, you can add these two lines in your file. If you have created this file, just add these two lines in 1 minute, and then I'll show you how things go. Body parser is something which was used before, but after the Express new version, body parser doesn't work. Means it gives a deprecated warning. So if you see Express from 4.18, in the older version of the Express, you can use the body parser. But as we move to Express new version, body parser doesn't work. It gives a deprecated warning. It works, but it gives a deprecated warning. So in future, it will go away. So better is to use these two lines. You have 1 minute to write these two lines. Okay, I hope you have written these two lines of the code. Okay, if you have not written these two lines, just write it in a couple of minutes. Once I show, I will give you time to add these two also. Okay, so now let's try to post this request to the backend and see what happens. Still, I'm getting success, and we'll see now how it comes there. So now you will see I'm getting this all information inside the body. So that means if after adding these two lines code, we can access the JSON request which user has sent. So rather than putting request, I will say request.body so that I can only see the body part. I don't want to see all this junk data. Let's try again. So now you will see I'm only getting this information. So if I want to access name, I can say request.body.name, request.body.narsame, request.body.age, request.body.gender, request.body.address. So when I want to put it in the database, I can take this information and put it in the database. That's what we will be doing in future classes. So this is the one way of getting the information from the user. Let's try. So instead of JSON, let's try to use this form URL encoded. So in the form URL encoded, I will just put key and value pair. For example, I'll say name, Johnny, and I'll say age, 21. I'll say gender, male. Okay, let's try to put the information in the key value pair as a form URL encoded and see where we are getting this, what we are getting on the back end. So I'll send it information, and here also you will see I'm getting this information in the request.body, name, age, gender. Now, what is this form URL encoded? So if you have seen the HTML form in the normal HTML page, and then there is I'll show you exactly what it is. So you create a form in HTML and you click the button submit. When it goes to the server, it goes here as a form URL encoded. So this is generally not used nowadays, but in olden days, people used to create the form and use this method. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so I will show you how people used to do in the olden days to send the data to the server. Okay, so let me create a new HTML page, and here I will create the form tag, and then here I will say name. I will put some text field. I will change this text field to name, and I'll put age. I'll create another text field. This is the olden days form which people used to create in HTML. Now also some people use this method, and then I'll create a submit button. Let's put the button. So this is the submit button. So let's save it somewhere. Maybe I'll say one.html. And if I go to the code, it should be method post because we are using post here. Let's call this backend URL in the action. So when someone will fill this field and click the submit button, it will go to this page as a post value, and we will be able to see that information here. Here that information will come. So let's try this on this page. Let me see where it goes. And not a pen. Something. It is going to some server. I don't want it to send it here. To send it to some local. Okay, let me upload. Let me run this file. Okay, so this is the page. Okay, so let's try to put some information. Name is Tony, age is 34, and I'll click submit button. So it is saying success here. Let's see what goes there. So here you will see I'm getting the information Tony, age 34, and button submit. So what I did, I created the HTML form and I submitted in the same URL, this backend URL, and I was able to get all the information which user has typed in the form. So that way we can also build olden days form, and when someone will submit it, we go to the Node.js page where I want to do whatever I want to do, I'll do it. Is this part clear? This part? So either I send the JSON or I send the form data from the HTML form. We can access it with the request.body. Okay, so now we have covered all the 4 ways of sending the data back to the Node.js application. So any form or any data which I want to take from the user, I can use either of these 4 methods. Okay, so that is what the task was for this Node.js. Now let's try to. Now there are 2 things which we have to do using this thing which we did. One missing piece is upload on the server, and these 2 things we have to follow. Then this task will be over, which we are currently doing. So let's try to see the mail sending now, how to send mail using the Node.js, and then we will go to file upload next time. So for file upload, there are two things we have to do. One is on the Node.js server, we have to write some code so that whatever file comes on the server, we have to process it properly. We have to save it at appropriate place. This we will do next Saturday. So Node.js code to tackle the file. Second thing which we have to do, we have to write the React code so that from React we can send the data back to the server to send file to the backend. We can also send for our use case. I will not write down the React code now, but I will do that sometime in future. But for testing purpose, once we complete the Node.js pass, we will send the file using this utility only. And later on, we will write the code of the React to send the data back to the server. Okay, let's try to do the mail sending today. And then next time we'll go with the file upload. Okay, let me show you now how to. Okay, so before we go to mail sending, I have put everything, this information in the index file. You know, I may have thousands of URL in my code, and I don't want everything to be in the index file because management will be little difficult because everything will be in one page and you won't be able to, write a proper clean code. If you put this part in some other file, put this part in another file, then it is easy to manage all the URLs which we are building it. So we will be doing routing today first. And if we get time, we will complete the mail sending today. Otherwise, we'll take this next time. So let's first do the proper positioning of the routing. Okay, so let's see how we can put this in another file and call it here so that we have proper management of the code. Okay, so let's write on that one. Second. Code. Okay, so now what I will do, I will create one folder. I will name it as routes. Okay, so I will create a route and I will create some files here. For example, I'll say main route.js. So this is the main route where I will put all these files, all these URLs. And then I will also create, because since we are doing mail sending also, so I'll also create new file called as mail route.js. I will be also doing some upload work next time, so but I'll create a file for that also. Maybe I'll say upload route.js. So based on your functionality, you can create route file. And if you have too many files, you can create some folders also and put the things there as you have the big project. You can put subfolder like that. So first let's go to the main route and we will be creating the main route here. And we will see how we are doing it. Okay, so when I go to this main route, first thing I need to import the express again here. Require express. Then I need to call the router from express.router. So I create the router here. And then in the end, I will say module.exports equal to router. So whatever router I created, I export it here. This is necessary in all the files which we will create in the routes. So these three lines are important. Now we have to, inside it, we have to write down the routing part. So how to write the routing part? We will take all this app part here, whatever it is there. I will take it and put it in the main route. And instead of app, I will be using router. Router.get, 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 router.get. So all the URLs which I built, all the routing which I created in index, I will move it to the main route. And I added 2 lines in the top, 1 line in the bottom. This 2 lines in the top is common in all the files. So I will be copying it in all the files. And last line is also same in all the files. So I will put it there also. So this is the structure. We will build this. We'll complete this file next time when we reach to that point. And this main part we have completed. So we moved everything here in the main route. One second. Okay, yeah, give me 1 minute. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, so let's continue in this one. Yeah, I was busy with something. So I put everything in the main route, and we will see now how to call this main route here in the index file. So that is what now we are going to do. Okay, so here I will write down something routings. So first I have to import this file which I want to use it. Right now I will use only main one. Other two I will add as soon as I will work on them. I will add them also. So I'll say constant mail route. You can name anything. And here you will say require. So you have to give the path of that file that is in the routes, and here it will say main route. Okay, so you're getting the main route here, and then you have to use say app.use. Now in the app.use you have to mention what is the initial URL it will be. So right now if I put slash, then I will call this one mail route. Okay, so I put only slash. So when I say slash, that means it will work. All the URL will start with the slash and whatever we have. So slash admin will be slash admin. So it will be same. Nothing will be changed. Slash listing, slash detail. So let me show you now the value. So if I call same thing, you will see register is called and I'm getting the information same is. But tomorrow if I don't want the prefix to be slash, I want prefix to be main. So when I say prefix to be main, then all the URLs which are here will be appended with the main. I don't have to mention it here. So anything which I have in this file can be accessed, but it should start with the main. So now if I go and use the register, it will not work because register is not a proper URL. Because register is, everything is inside this one and it should start with the main. So if I want to access it now register, I will append it with the main. So it should be main register. So now I'm able to get the information. So if I want to access this admin, so main will already be there. I have to put admin. So main should be get URL. Okay, so I'm getting this URL. So here we decide what should be the main URL, and here will be all the sub URL which we are able to get it like this. Is that clear, this part? Okay. So now write down, if you have this file, if you created this file, I'll give you 2 minutes. So you can move it to the main route. It should be main route, not the mail route, sorry. Okay, it should be main route. I'll give you 2 minutes to write down this part and write out this one and also create mail route and upload route. I will commit it after the class, but now you have to copy it by looking at the screen. And you have to create 2 more routes similar to this. You have to create mail route and upload route here. You have to create it here also. So I created one, you have to add 2 more. So do it, I will give you 2 minutes to do these things. So just move it here in the main route. And each route should have these 3 lines of the code. And this part should look like this one. Okay, so I will open this part. Once you are done with this one, I will open this part so that you can copy top and bottom, and everything will come inside between this one. So just finish this in 1 minute and let me know, and I will move to that one. So once you complete one, you have to add all three. Now, if you have not written all these three lines, you can write down these three lines. This will be applied to all the three files or any route which you will create under the route. Okay, so you might have completed all the three. I will just add quickly all the three. So I completed main route. I will put mail route. So all the mail related work, I will append it with the slash mail, and then I will say upload route, and all the related to all the work related to upload will be called with the slash upload or upload. Okay, so I'll just let it upload. The name doesn't matter anything. So there are the three routes. All the things which are out in the mail will be appended with the mail. All the things which are here in the upload will be appended with the slash upload, and main will be called slash. Let's remove the main. So all main will be slash, and all other two will be having some prefix here. Now let's try to go with the mail route today and see how to do the mail one. So to write down the mail one, we need to install the package called the node mailer. So what we have to do, we have to install the node mailer. Okay, this is the package needed. So let's install the node mailer. I will say npm install node mailer. Okay, so node mailer is installed successfully. So just install the node mailer. I'll give you 1 minute to install the node mailer. Okay, so it's better you do everything here as I do. You should be ready with all the files before the class. And otherwise, after the class, you will not get time to go through all the video recording and do everything. So it's not very easy to go through again afterwards. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so let's continue with this node mailer kind of thing. Okay, so what we will do, we will call the node mailer now here. Since it is installed, I will call it here. So let's call the node mailer. So I'll say constant node mailer equal to require node mailer. Okay, so this we are importing the node mailer here so that I can take use of it. Okay, next is in the I want to tell you something about the production version or the development version. Let's say if I'm running the Node.js here in my development environment, then the environment will not be production. Let's see what is the value coming in the environment in the development. So I will do console.log process.environment. I'll say process.env. So I want to see what is coming inside the process.environment variable. So this variable is always available in the node process, so we can check which environment we are there. So let's see what happens in this part. So you will see this all things are in the process.environment, and I'm specifically concerned about the node environment. So I'll go to node env. So I'm specifically looking at the node env, which I don't see here. Okay, so let's write down here forcefully dot node underscore env. Okay, let's check what is coming. So you will see it's saying process.environment undefined. That means node.env is not defined here. When we release this node version to the production, then this part will become the production. So I can check if node environment is equal to production, then do something. Or I can check if it is not production, that means it is development. My development work is there, then I will say do something. Maybe I'll say write down we are in development. So we are in the development. You can see here we are getting it. We are in development. So I will put few things here soon, for my development work. Because when I use this node mailer, I will not be able to send the email if it is local, it does not have HTTPS. When I release this node to the production, then it has HTTPS. Then I don't need the line which I will add it here. So here I will add one line in few minutes, which will work, which will make my node mailer work for development purpose. Otherwise, with HTTP, it will not work. Okay, so make sure I will add it in some time. I will show you what I want to add, what not now. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write down few lines to make my code work. Okay, so let me write down few things. This is a this is the common, you have to add it in your code, which you have to use it. This will help us to send the email. So what we have to write down, we have to create the transporter. So I'll say constant transporter, you can name it anything, and I will say node mailer dot create transport. So this is a create transport, and inside this I will create one object. Now what object I will create? So in this transport I have to say what will be the host name of my email. I will put some host name. What will be the port of my host name? I'll put some port. What will be the security for my one? Is it secure or not secure? So if it is HTTPS, we can use secure kind of true, and if it is not, then we will not put as true. So here we will to put some security part. Then authentication. So here I will put with what username I want to send. So I'll say user, I will put some username and password. Password is pass, don't put password complete. So here I will put pass. So this information, these are the settings which I will use to send the email. If we don't put this information, then you cannot send the email. You need this information to send the email. So let's try to fill all the information. So what will be the host? So generally, if you have the mail server, you have to put your own mail server. For example, if you're google.com, you can say mail.google.com. Okay, but Gmail provides some additional one, which is not this google.com. So let's see if we are using Gmail, what to put. So for Gmail, I will say smtp.gmail.com. So this is for all Gmail accounts. So if you have Gmail account, you have to put it like this. Then what will be the port? So Gmail has provided the port of port 65. You have to go and refer the manual of Gmail, what port I can use it. Okay, so for Gmail, I'm just showing you. If you have any other server, you can refer their documentation to see what information you have to use it. So mail secure part, since Gmail uses 465 and 465 is the secure, so we have to make the secure as true. If you are using some non-secure server, then you have to make it false. Then username. Right now, I will put one of my sample email which I created, but for your case, you can use your own Gmail username and password. So I will put teaching reactjs@gmail.com. So I created this email for just showing you the email part. And what is the password? Password is passwords. Don't use my one. Don't use this one. This may not work in your computer, okay? Because it has security attached. So if you use it, I will get email that someone is trying to access your email. So don't use this one. Create your own. 4567. So this is the email and this is the password which I use. Okay. So this transporter I created, which I will use in sending the email. Before I go further, just write down this line. Write down this if condition, which I will fill in some few minutes and create the transporter. And once you're done, we will write one sample code to send the email. So generally, it gives you secure. So if it is SMTP, they will tell you it is secure or not. So for example, I will show you one example of unsecure. This is my server kind of thing. I'll show you what unsecure looks like. So let's go here. So you will see. Let me show you. The username is this, password is this, incoming is this, outgoing is this. So here you will see it's saying SMTP port 465. This is for the secure server, and they are giving non-secure setting also, where you have to use the port number 26. And if you use this setting, port 26 with this server, then you have to use secure as false. But if I'm using these settings, port number 465, then this I have to make it secure true. So depending on your server, email server, they will give you the information how to use it secure and how to use it without secure. Gmail doesn't allow unsecure part, but if it is your custom hosting, it allows unsecure and secure both. Okay, write on this part. Yes, port number 465 means secure, port number 26 means unsecure. Is it done? Okay, so one thing I just want to tell you, if your Gmail account, then I will give you one URL where you have to turn off the security feature, otherwise you won't be able to send the email. So if I give the URL in the chat and I will show you, this is the URL which you have to go, and you have to go here down and less secure app access, make this off. Okay, so just make this off, or any security things you need to make it off. So right now only one thing I can see, don't make this two-step verification, that also should be off, and make also this less secure app off. If you make this on, then you won't be able to send the email. Okay, that is what you have to do. Okay, now let's go and write one sample email one, so that we can see whether it's going and how it is going. Okay, so let's try to add one more. So let's create one URL routing. I will say router.get. I will just say get kind of thing. I can use post also. Let's say post for now. Okay, so what post it will go to slash. Slash means it will not go to slash directly, since because in the index I have told that all mail should append with the mail. So if I'm putting here slash, that means it is not going to slash directly. It will go to slash mail, and then whatever I have put it here. So I'll put post with the slash, and here I will write down a arrow function. Since this mail part is not a synchronous part, so I will make this function as async. Okay, so let's make this function async, so I can use the await part also. Whether I'm using it await part? Okay, right now I'm not using await part in my example. Let's remove the async for now. If I need it, I will edit it back. So I'll say request and response. These are always coming as request and response. And here I will write some code to send the email. I'll just see first what body is coming. Request body is request.body, and then let's send the mail. So how to send the email? I will say transporter dot send mail. Okay, just I have to say transporter dot send mail. Now here I have to give the information, but what is the from address, what is the to address, what is the subject, what is the body, what is the right. So let's create all variables. I will say constant from is equal to from. I will say it's from this one, whatever I have put it here. So from will come from here. Okay, so I'll put it this one. Next I will say to whom I'm sending it. So let's say I'm sending to, right now I'll put my email like this. I will change this one, or let's send it to this one only. Right now I'm putting from and to same, but in reality the from will be this one and to will be the user to whom you are sending the email. Let's say subject is equal to hello world. Then I'll say text. What text I want to send? This is my first email. Okay. And I will also create HTML text if something I want to send it in HTML format. So here I will say this is my first, and I will make email as a bold. So I'll say strong email. So here I'll put some HTML text and see if HTML is also working or not. So this text is non-HTML, this text is HTML. You have to put both the one if you want, because some people only accept text and some people can accept HTML. So they will see HTML part. Those who see only text, they will see text part. If you don't want to send HTML, just put text one. But if you feel that there is HTML in an email, then create HTML part also. You can do attachment also, but that is not the scope of today's class. That we can take sometime in future, or you can investigate how to send the attachment also. But I will not going into that detail now. Okay, now here in the transporter, I have to give some information as object who is sending the email, to whom we are sending the email, and after the object, I have the function which will give me error if error is there, or give me some info if it is success. So we will print our both. Console.log error is error, and console.log info is info. I will see what is coming in both. And here in the send mail, I have to specifically say which is the from. So I'll say from is equal to from. Since this is the object and from both are same name, I can skip the value and I can say only from. So when I say only from, that means from is equal to this from. I can say to, then I can say subject, then I can say text, then I can say HTML. So all these variables are key value same. So it will take from here. So key is from, value is this from. Key is to, value is this to. Key is subject, value is subject. Key is text, value is text. Key is HTML, value is HTML. Since both are same, so I don't want to put colon from, colon to, colon subject. It is not needed. Is that clear? This part. Okay. So we are not adding router.post mail because mail is already prefixed here in this index.js file. Here we just have to say slash. If I say mail here, then I have to access it like mail and again mail. One mail is coming from this one and one mail will come from this index file. So no need to put two mails. All the URL which are in this page will be appended or which prefixed with this mail which I have put it in the index part. Okay, so this one is something which we have seen. Now what I will do, I will just, after this, I will just say res.send. Just I will say, for now I'll say success equal to 1, but if it is error, I have to change this part. So the real message, if error is there, this part will be different. And if info will be there, then this part will be different. So we will see both the cases in few minutes. So let's see what happens. Since I have not put anything here, so mail will not go. I have to add one line here for my local environment, which is not needed in my HTTPS server, which I will show you. But without putting this one, we'll see what happens now. So let's go to my postman. I will use the post one. I don't need this one. Delete it. Let's make this JSON. And here I will say mail. Since I want to go mail as a directly, I don't need to anything more here. I'll just say send. So though it is saying success, but I will not receive mail. Maybe I can receive it seeing. So error is coming null. Accepted is this accepted. I'm getting this information. Response is coming okay. And I'm getting from address to address here with the message ID this one. So looks like it doesn't give any error. I'll check my email now whether I got it or not. So as I can see, I got this email without adding that line also. Sometime back I was trying. I was not getting it. So here I'm getting it. So you will see this is the subject which I put. This is the from email. This is the from email. This is the to email. I sent on this one. Subject is this mail by gmail.com. This is my first email. Since Gmail accept the HTML part, so you will see HTML is coming. Email is strong. I put email strong. I'm getting this email strong. So even without putting that line, it's working. So we don't need anything here. Sometimes if it doesn't work, then I have figured out what to do. So in internet, someone has said I'll just put it here, but which is not needed. Environment, I need to create one environment variable, and I have to say it as 0. And what is that environment variable? I have to say node TLS reject unauthorized. This I found somewhere in the internet because my local was not working few days back. So some people have suggested this part and it was working after that one. But today it's working without even this one. So maybe you can try with this one or you can keep this as optional. We can see. Now let's try after I put this one if I'm getting email or not. Okay, let's try. Okay, I got email again. So sorry. So I got this second email also again. Okay. So it is pretty much working. Even if I put this one or I don't put this one. Let's remove this part. Now what I will do here, what I'm doing, I am putting this hard-coded value. But now what I will do, I will make this as a dynamic. So user will send what information they want to send to. So the two will come, everything will come in the request.body. So here I will say to information, I will put it like this. Request.body.to. So I will say whatever user put as a to in the request.body, I will assign it to 2. And I will say request.body.subject. I will say request.body.text. From address, I'll keep it like this only. And HTML will be, I will say request.body.html. And if the user has not put any of the information, I will not go further. So I will say if not request.body.to or not request.body.subject or not request.body.text, then I will return it. So I will say rest.send. I will say success equal to 0 and error is, I will say please add to subject and text, and I'll return it here. Okay, so if someone has put all this information, then I will go here. And if someone has put only text, not the HTML, then I'll say take the HTML, and if HTML is not there, then take the text. So I'll say or text. So if someone has put text and HTML, then we'll take separately. But if someone has put only text, then I will put it for HTML also same thing. Okay, so let's try this part. Right now I'll not say put anything. I'll just send it. You will see please add to subject and text. Let's add it to, let's send it to my another email. I will send the subject as, everything will be in this double quote actually here, otherwise it will not work. Sorry, let's put in double quotes. Okay, subject is, this is subject. Then I'll send it to text. I will put text. This is normal text. I will add HTML. And I will say here H1 header. And I'll say this is HTML text. Okay, so now I took this information, I will send this information. So I got success equal to 1. I'll check my email. Okay. So you will see I got from subject is this subject to my email address. I get the header, and this is the HTML text which I received it. So pretty much email are working fine. And now we are getting this dynamic information, whatever user is trying to post it. Here only I will bifurcate. If error is there, then I don't want to say success 1. And if error is not there, then I have to say success equal to success 1 or 0. So here I will say if error is there, then I will say success equal to 0, and I will pass error, whatever error I am getting it, I will pass it here. Else I will say success equal to 1, and I will put all this information which we added it. Also I will get one, I'm getting this message ID. So I will also say message ID equal to info.message ID. So if success is there, I will send all this information, and if no success is there, I will say failure. But I will also send what user has sent me, and we'll see how it looks now. Okay, so let's try. Okay, since it is success equal to 1, I'm getting from to subject, and I'm also getting message ID. And if there is failure, I will not get message ID, and I will get the error, whatever error I get it. So this is about how to send email in the Node.js. It is pretty much simple. Just we have to add the node mailer, and we have to create this transporter. Transporter should be created above this routing one, and it has to be used here because transporter will be created once when the page will load, when the Node.js application will start. But this part will be again and again called whenever user will call this URL. Is it clear? So I'll commit this file. You can grab it whenever you want. Let me commit it. Okay, so the file is committed. You can grab this information. Don't use my email and password, which may, because of IP change, if you try to use this one, it will block my also email, and then I have to go to security again and say that unblock it, something like will happen. So try to use your username and password here. Any questions?